The rift between Meghan Markle and the British crown has transformed into a vast, impassable crater, culminating in what sources describe as an unofficial yet devastating exile from English soil, decreed by none other than King III himself. This unprecedented royal schism, unparalleled in modern monarchical history, erupted after Markle's brazen attempt to orchestrate a confidential meeting at Buckingham Palace. Her request, deliberately circumventing established royal channels, was interpreted within the hallowed palace not as an olive branch, but as a calculated symbolic royal rift. The rift between Meghan Markle and the British crown has transformed into a vast, impassable crater, culminating in what sources describe as an unofficial yet devastating exile from English soil, decreed by none other than King Charles III himself. This unprecedented royal schism, unparalleled in modern monarchical history, erupted after Markle's brazen attempt to orchestrate a confidential meeting at Buckingham Palace. Her request, deliberately circumventing established royal channels, was interpreted within the hallowed palace corridors not as an olive branch, but as a calculated royal rift, the unbridgeable divide. The rift between Meghan Markle and the British crown has transformed into a vast, impassable crater, culminating in what sources describe as an unofficial yet devastating exile from English soil, decreed by none other than King Charles III himself. This unprecedented royal schism, unparalleled in modern monarchical history, erupted after Markle's brazen attempt to orchestrate a confidential meeting at Buckingham Palace. Her request, deliberately circumventing established royal channels, was interpreted within the hallowed palace corridors not as an olive branch, but as a calculated chess move in an ongoing power struggle. The monarch's reported volcanic reaction, a blistering rebuke along the lines of, "You have absolutely no right," reveals the cavernous depth of hostility and the seemingly irreversible fracture in relations between the Duchess of Sussex and Britain's royal establishment. What initially appeared as a private entreaty has metastasized into a full-scale constitutional crisis, casting a shadow of doubt over any whisper of future reconciliation. This royal decree transcends mere symbolism. It manifests years of festering discontent within the royal household, a smoldering resentment ignited by Markle's controversial actions since her dramatic withdrawal from royal responsibilities in 2020. The explosive Oprah interview, that televised confessional dripping, with allegations of institutional racism and psychological torment, served as the point of no return, permanently tarnishing the monarchy's global image and fueling a narrative of victimhood that royal insiders vehemently contest as fiction. That interview, meticulously orchestrated and strategically timed for maximum impact, was perceived within palace walls not as a desperate plea for understanding, but as a calculated assault designed to harvest public sympathy and dramatically reshape perception. Subsequent public criticisms, often emerging at moments of maximum vulnerability for the institution, cemented this negative characterization within aristocratic circles. Prince Harry's tell-all memoir, Spare, only threw gasoline on the inferno, with countless palace sources convinced Markle wielded significant, if not controlling, influence over its incendiary content, exposing private royal exchanges and portraying the family in what many consider a deliberately distorted light. This perceived betrayal of sacred trust, coupled with an apparent pattern of elevating personal branding above centuries-old protocol and the established decorum of the monarchy, has solidified Markle's reputation as a destabilizing force within the royal ecosystem. The narrative crafted by Markle and her representatives, positioning her as a casualty of institutional racism and relentless media persecution, has failed to fully resonate with the British citizenry. While acknowledging undeniable media prejudice and the extraordinary pressures facing public figures, countless Britons view Markle's maneuvers as self-serving and opportunistic rather than principled. Her attempts to reinvent herself as Hollywood's humanitarian crusader, a figure ostensibly devoted to philanthropic causes and social justice, have yielded minimal success in rehabilitating her tarnished reputation across the United Kingdom. The perceived contradiction between her public declarations and private machinations, the apparent prioritization of personal advancement over genuine altruism, has further alienated her from both public opinion and the monarchy's inner sanctum. Her efforts to monetize royal connections while simultaneously demanding privacy when facing criticism have underscored a perceived hypocrisy that continues to erode whatever remnants of public goodwill might have remained. The sovereign's decision, while lacking explicit legal enforcement, carries immeasurable symbolic weight throughout the realm. Though unable to legally prohibit a British citizen from entering the country, the king's pronouncement effectively exiles Markle from all royal grounds and functions. This translates to permanent exclusion from royal ceremonies, state occasions, and even intimate family gatherings under royal auspices, a form of social and institutional banishment, a silent yet devastating declaration of royal disapproval. Palace. Sources have unambiguously confirmed Markle's persona non grata status, eliminating any possibility of misinterpretation or future reconciliation attempts. The message resonates with crystal clarity. Her actions have transgressed an unforgivable boundary in the monarch's eyes. This dramatic escalation marks a definitive conclusion to any reconciliation fantasies. The king has established an immovable boundary, prioritizing the preservation of the monarchy's reputation, its institutional stability, and unwavering adherence to centuries of tradition over any possibility of rapprochement with the controversial. Duchess. The entire spectacle illuminates a fundamental incompatibility between Markle's contemporary ambitions and the deeply entrenched traditions that form the bedrock of British monarchical identity. The future holds no prospect of royal rehabilitation for Meghan Markle, her path back to Windsor favor permanently severed, a testament to irreparable damage inflicted upon intergenerational relationships and the enduring primacy of royal protocol. This royal melodrama stands as a cautionary tale for future generations, a stark reminder of the precarious balance between personal ambition and the unyielding demands of thousand-year traditions that continue to shape the world's most famous family.